Hello, you guys. Okay, today's video. Claudia's doing another video. Why am I doing these videos? Because I need to share things with you guys. Knowledge is power, right? And I know that the entertainment industry of the cabal, they entertain the living daylights out of us. I call it distractions, but we never go after the meat and potatoes. And so I started thinking about it. I says, you've got all of these people that reached a level of incompetence. They got stuck in potential mode, and we need to become what we're supposed to be. That should be the goal. And but it all depends on the individual advocate. And we do the best we can to communicate with other advocates and help them become better advocates. And because we have been doing that, it's working. But some advocates are not communicating, and that's the problem. Those are the ones we have the most problems with, the ones we cannot communicate with. Anyway, so it started to remind me of, like what I wanted to do when we first started this campaign, and it was to help advocates become better. And how do you do that? Oh, well, first of all, you need to recognize that you have a problem. You have a problem. You have been indoctrinated by the Matrix. Now you want to expose the Matrix. So that means that we need to detox from the Matrix. Before fixing the world, we must fix ourselves first. That's every single individual, including myself. Okay? Now, if you are humble enough, you got to be humble. You got to be humble. If you are humble enough, you will look into this part right here. Fix yourself first. Okay? Now, this is something I used to do in telecommunications. I used to, I've said to some of you guys that I used to pack the house. I used to have other organizations come to my trainings because I would not, it's like I was not making just better salespeople. I was making better people. And that's why they kept coming. And I was packing up that room. And the only reason why I left is because I found out that the company was exploiting the sales force, and it was exploiting the customers. They were charging customers bull crap little fees that meant nothing except for profits. And the sales force were being exploited, and I wanted nothing to do with that. And I was a rising star, and I threw out, I'm so sorry, I wish I kept all the pictures, but I was so disgusted I threw out everything. And their manual was golden. My God, even Fifi, when she was around and I was explaining, how golden that manual was, because we could use it as a template for this campaign, for the entire movement. But unfortunately, I threw that out also. So anyway, we have to create our own manual. So I'm going to show you guys something. This is something I used to say on a whiteboard in front of people, packed house. Like a house or a large skyscraper building, our lives are built upon our very own unique foundations. So this is a foundation. This is what you build things upon. Your entire life, you build upon this right here. Now you see how flawless it is? Okay? That's the ideal foundation. You can build anything on that. Okay? If we were homes, this is the home that we would want to be in our lives. How beautiful. Look how beautiful this home is. But this is what we usually our lives usually wind up looking like this. Now, why is that? Because there's something wrong in our foundation. Whatever we're building upon, there's something wrong with it. Like a house, etc., like I said, before, it all depends on our foundations, right? So the majority of us, with time, over our lives, through our parents, especially society, movies, TV, etc., we start to get cracks in our foundation. And then we are attempting to build our lives upon this. And we wind up, it starts to look like this. And then we wonder why. And as advocates, the cabal, they focus on these little foundations, these little cracks, and they focus on it. And this is what makes advocates fight each other. Number one, we're not even aware that we have these issues. Knowledge is power. If we knew this, I think we would start to repair them. So the majority of us, instead of having that solid foundation, we have something that looks like this. All kinds of cracks, from childhood, society, Hollywood, etc. Politicians, they're no role models. We have very little role models. They're just a handful, and those are the ones that we usually quote, like Martin Luther King, Gandhi, etc., even Jesus. All right? But little by little, you notice that one crack was addressed. First, you need to recognize you have cracks. You need to admit that you have cracks. The majority of us, because of our pride, we cannot, admit to this part right here, and that's our problem. That's where humility kicks in. Humility is power, because humility keeps you in touch with reality. So little by little, what happens with time? Once you start to address, number one, you need to recognize that you have cracks, and then you need to address each one of those cracks. And with time, you start to get rid of them. And as an advocate, as a human being, as a father, as a mother, as a boss, as an employee, you start to get rid of these cracks, and all of a sudden you can build anything. Anything. If our foundation is solid enough, we can build anything upon it. So, in order to become a better advocate, we need to focus on our foundation. So that's my little presentation. This is something that I wanted to develop, and I wanted to add it in the detox of the matrix group. But I need to continue to prepare it better. Knowledge is power, and I've got to share as much of it as that I possibly can. You guys help me, well, I help you right back. And together we're going to kick some booty, and we desperately need to. So thank you for your time. And all input, all of it, okay, is welcomed. All right? I got no pride here. I'm all about humility, because I want to get this job done while we're all still good looking and finally go on vacation on a humanitarian scale. I need a vacation, so does humanity. But it depends on each one of us, okay? Each individual. We're all more powerful than we think. But we got to fix little things that we may have. We need to address it, and responsibly, and with the utmost urgency. So thank you very much.